That echoes. Oh, we're on air. Ready to go? Good morning. Thank you for attending the Board of Works meeting of Tuesday, September 9th, 2025. Note for the record, we do have a quorum and we do have a new member. Yay! Brian, you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Brian Spalding, and I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Glad to have you. We do have a quorum. Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there any petitions or comments by citizens who are present? Seeing none, we will move on to the approval of the agenda.
Mr. President, I would like
Yes.
to amend the agenda to add item 13, board to consider temporary closure of Pleasant Street Bridge for Phase 1 work,
Okay.
and an item number 14 to consider an agreement with Keep Noblesville Beautiful for work at Riverside Cemetery. And I would like to remove new item number 6.
Okay, so we're going to add item 13, add item 14, and remove item number 6. I will second your motion to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to approve as amended?
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. This morning, we have a quote opening, Utilities Outfall Repair Project. Jonathan Hughes.
Good morning, Board.
Morning.
As of the start of this meeting, we had received one quote from SLB Pipe Solutions in Bedford, Indiana. The quote does appear to be in order and responsive to our request, and the bid price is $130,000 and no cents. Is there anyone present who knows of any other quotes that we should have received? Seeing none, I'd recommend this be given to the Utilities Department for their review and award at a later date.
So moved.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Moving on to the consent agenda, is there a motion to approve as it is presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to new items for discussion. Item 1, board to consider agreement with Ascension St. Vincent Public Safety Medical and Fire Department for the annual firefighter wellness physicals. Chief Matt Mitchell.
Good morning, Matt Mitchell representing the Fire Department. What you have in front of you is an annual agreement with Public Safety Medical to provide annual physicals to our sworn firefighters. We've been doing this for many, many years in accordance with the labor contract, and we've utilized Public Safety Medical as a vendor for well over 20 years as well. One difference between this particular agreement, we traditionally do a 3-year agreement. But this year, we're just doing a single-year agreement, and we are changing some time frames, and we're just kind of evaluating and see how that's going to work. So that's the reason for the 1 year versus the traditional 3-year contract. So ask for your consideration.
Any further discussion?
Move for approval of the agreement with Ascension St. Vincent Public Safety Medical and the Fire Department for a 1-year firefighter wellness physical agreement.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On
Thank
to
you.
item 2. Thanks, Chief. Board to consider permission to solicit requests for proposals and qualifications for a build, operate, transfer project for Dillon Park Playground and Splash Pad improvements. Savannah Wines.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is to put out the RFPQ for Dillon Park, which is notably come to the end of its life cycle, so we're ready to put out and replace it to redo the playground and splash pad.
Do we have a splash pad out there now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't believe it's 20 years old, but it is, right?
It is.
I'd move for approval to solicit an RFP and qualifications for build, operate, transfer project for Dillon Park.
Second.
Motion a second.
Mr.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. President,
Yes.
if I could just make a note on that.
Please.
I know there's an article that came out this week. Just wanted to be clear, that does not include any changes to the disc golf course out at Dillon Park. We're not doing any work on that. That's not a proposal that's on the table. Just want to make sure that's clear
Just
on the
splash
record.
pad.
Just splash pad and playground, yes.
Gotcha. Item 3, board to consider service agreement with Ratio Designs for Dillon Park Playground and Splash Pad renovation project design and Seminary Park entrance sign design. Savannah.
So this is to use Ratio for two separate projects. One, we use them for schematic design already with Dillon Park just to get a concept together that we really like, and we'd like to move forward with them to continue the actual design process for that project. And then we're also collaborating right now with Noblesville Schools and the Preservation Alliance with the old school bell that used to be at Seminary to see if we can find a way to hang it and display it and make it usable in Seminary Park.
Usable, if somebody's gonna go out and ring it.
Well, when they have permission, yeah. Can't put a fake bell up, come on.
No. Any further discussion?
I move to approve services agreement with Ratio Designs for Dillon Park Playground and Splash Pad and design and for Seminary Park entrance sign.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion
Aye.
carries. On to item 4, board to consider permission to advertise for bids for parks maintenance projects. Savannah.
This is a list that you have in front of you of projects that we had on the docket for 2025. We've since had some priority changes, so we're still trying to move the puzzle pieces around to see what we can fund. But these are projects that are like bottle fill stations, our trail maintenance program, the sign, should we be able to get that bell restored in time, and just things throughout the parks that could use a little upkeep.
Move for approval to advertise for bids for the park maintenance projects.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Now your cohort. Item 5, board to consider award a project and service agreement with Jack Lowry Group for the Forest Park Inn flooring project. Charlie Elliott.
Yeah, thank you, Board. So we had a bid opening back in May. It's been a little while since then. We worked through a few flooring options, and now we're ready to really pull the trigger and get this group in here to replace the floor. So the total cost is $37,320, and that'll replace the wood or the faux wood flooring in the inn and the overlook room at the Forest Park Inn.
Is that both the big rooms at the inn?
Yes, but we did just have some tile replaced in February, and this doesn't touch the tile. All that
color
tile's
did
still
you choose?
staying. Do what?
What color did you choose?
You know, we tried to choose as close to the original wood color as we could, so it's yeah, it's like a nice reddish wood. Yeah.
We filmed it up to every piece of existing wood in the fireplace, and it looks great.
I have so many samples I can show you. I've lined the floor of my office with them, so, yeah.
You have an office?
Yeah, well, some days, yeah.
Any further discussion?
Move for approval of the award of the project and service agreement with Jack Lowry Group for the flooring.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Item 6 was removed. Down to item 7, board to consider approval of amendment number 1 to the North Harbor Drainage Service Agreement with RQAW. Kristen Parker.
Good morning.
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 This amendment provides additional funding for rerouting the storm sewer parallel to Dorchester Drive and modifying the outfall at North Harbor Drive and Dorchester Drive. We will also be doing restoration for the creek that is downstream from the outfall. Harbor Trees reached out to the utility and asked if there was a way that if we could move the sewer, out of under the golf course and into the ditch where this creek is, and then they could partner with us to restore the ditch.
Nice.
We're gonna clear out some of the brush and make it prettier. And it will be adding lump sum of $22,000 to the current contract.
Move for approval of the amendment number 1 to the North Harbor Drainage Service Agreement with RQAW. Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 8, board to consider approval to purchase surge protectors for electrical equipment at wastewater treatment plant. Kristen?
Back in 2024, we had CHA come in and do an electrical study of the plant, and it was recommended that we purchase surge protectors for our panels. We would like to purchase 13 of these protectors from Gray Bar Electric. We did receive 3 quotes. Gray Bar came in at the lowest responsive at $98,787.20. CED-ND came in at the exact same price. They're both distributors, but Gray Bar responded first, so we decided to go with
You
Gray Bar.
can't pick these surge protectors up over at Best Buy.
You cannot.
No.
And we have to
$7.99.
use, all of our breakers are square D, so you need to use square D surge protectors, so we had to go with square D distributors.
Yep.
Makes sense. I would move for approval to purchase the surge protectors for the electrical equipment at the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 9, board to consider purchase of Kubota utility cab tractor for use at the wastewater treatment plant. Kristen?
We are requesting to purchase a Kubota utility cab tractor from McAllister Machinery Company for the price of $52,972.82. We will be utilizing this tractor at the plant to maintain the prairie area and other miscellaneous uses. Our collection staff will also utilize the tractor for mowing and grubbing various easements throughout the city. The cab on the tractor will allow us to use it during the winter, which our current tractor, which is no longer working, did not have a cab, so we could not use it in the winter. We did receive 3 quotes. McAllister came in at the lowest.
Move to approve the purchase of a Kubota utility cab tractor for use at the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. On to item 10, board to consider purchase of a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 heavy duty from Hare Chevrolet for utilities department use. Kristen?
We were leasing a Ram 2500 from Enterprise with the fleet program. That Ram broke down frequently, so we had them pick it up. So we are wanting to replace it with a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 heavy duty from Hare Chevrolet. We did request 3 quotes. Hare Chevrolet came in at the lowest at $51,176.30. We prefer to purchase, that way we like to keep the trucks for 7 years and then sell them or replace them after the 7 years. And with the lease program, we end up paying way more than what the purchase price is.
The Ram on the lease, is it turned back in the lease over now, or?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
we just turned it in and they came and picked it up.
Any discussion?
I move to approve the purchase of a 2026 Chevrolet Silverado 3500 HD from Hare Chevrolet for the utilities department.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kristen. Item 11, board consider agreement with NDOT for signage on I-69 for the arena at Innovation Mile. Jim Hellman.
Good morning, Jim Hellman, Noblesville Engineering Department. Before I have you is an agreement with NDOT. So with the exciting Arena Innovation Mile, as you saw, I think it was last week, they released their schedule to help assist people who are not used to the area. We're actually putting signage on I-69 on both the ramps and the approaches to add it to there. So what this agreement is, we will install the signs and essentially we would turn the signs over to NDOT for them to maintain and forever, so.
Move for approval with the agreement with NDOT for the signage on I-69 for the arena at Innovation Mile.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 12, Board to consider professional services agreement with VS Engineering, Inc. for Mill Creek Road culvert. Jim?
We started this design a couple years ago. Duke utility poles kind of caused a challenge to cause a delay, which was going to push it into this year's construction schedule. However, with State Road 32 and Hague right now, I don't think we want an additional closure, so we decided to move this into 2026. Another thing that was interesting is that we had to do a lot more hydraulic modeling. It really didn't matter what size, how big of opening we made on this bridge. There were issues downstream that was causing there, so it was not really, we could put the biggest opening in there, but it wasn't going to add any value to potential roadway overtopping, so we're essentially just slightly larger than the existing one. But because of that modeling, that added a lot more time for their scope. We did an hourly contract because we knew this one was a little more unique on that. So, but I would recommend approval of the increase of the contract by $15,000.
Any further discussion?
Move for approval of the professional services amendment with VS Engineering for Mill Creek.
Second?
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion carries. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Item 13, Board to consider temporary closure of Pleasant Street Bridge for Phase 1 work. Andrew Rodewald.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you again for adding this late. This closure, unfortunately, is one that you approved earlier this year for work on the bridge. This was an item that had failed the initial inspection after the bridge was opened. The contractor came back in to redo it. They did that work at night. Again, didn't take. It's a very temperature-dependent item, so they've now said our best chance at success is doing this during the daylight when they can see well, temperatures are good. But obviously, we are now getting back into the time of year when temperatures are going the other way. So hence us kind of moving forward. With the closure of 32, that was a concern also, but traffic right now is actually down on Pleasant, the bridge itself. So we thought it prudent to get this work done as soon as possible before we hopefully open that road back up here shortly. So the closure is 3 hours total, an hour and a half in each direction as they do each lane. They'll do the eastbound traffic and then westbound or vice versa and get those reopened.
Andrew, in simple terms, what's the insult? What's the problem that we're
It's a
having
joint in
difficulty?
between, so where basically the spot where the road proper meets the bridge itself. There's a joint in there that expansion area between the road and the bridge, the concrete and the asphalt. So they have to take that back out, put it back in. And it is one that you have to do continuously. You can't just do half of the lane. We have a median through there, so it's it's a wide lane, but still narrow for a roadway to have 2 lanes of traffic.
Is this part of their contract to fix this?
It is, yes. This is not being paid for.
Thank you. I'd move for approval for the road closure of Pleasant Street for Reimagine Pleasant Street Phase 1.
Second?
Motion is second. We knew we had to have this fixed quite a while ago, didn't we?
We did, yes. I don't like being here talking about it any more than you like listening to me, so yes, it is. We could have had this conversation 3 months ago, but we still would have had to have the conversation, I guess. The county was trying to look through different options to see if there was a way to get it done without a closure, but ultimately this was the only method that they knew was successful.
Moving right along, huh?
Yep, well, she got a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
On to item 14, Board to consider an agreement with Keep Noblesville Beautiful for work at Riverside Cemetery. Jonathan Hughes.
Hello again, Board. Jonathan Hughes, City Attorney. The last item on your agenda today is a service agreement with Keep Noblesville Beautiful. They're going to be doing a beautification project at Riverside Cemetery, which is going to look quite nice. It's Exhibit A to your packet there. Shows kind of the plantings that they're going to include. Exhibit B to that packet is a waiver that all the participants will sign to protect the city, and the agreement just documents up that the city's not paying anything for this. This is donated by Keep Noblesville Beautiful. Happy to answer any questions if you have them. Otherwise, I'd recommend approval.
I would move for approval as presented.
Second?
There's a motion and a second to approve the agreement with Keep Noblesville Beautiful for work at Riverside Cemetery. All in favor,
Appreciate all they do.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you,
you.
Jonathan. Any other business before the board? Seeing none, we are adjourned. Thank you for attending.
I think I got another.